What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for October 2022. So, in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for October. We're going to look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides regarding October 2022. Before we begin this reading, though, Sagittarius, I would like to take a moment to let you know, as always, that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Sagittarius, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below. If you have not already, for future updates, that would also be greatly appreciated over here, Sagittarius. So, without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what it is that would like to come through for you for October 2022, Sagittarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. Wow, that card literally just wanted to jump out, and it just jumped out. Alright, Sagittarius, let's lay out these cards and see what is coming through for you. Alright, Sagittarius, so definitely interesting energy that you have going on here. What I can tell you is no matter who you are, Sagittarius, there's definitely a big commitment that you have coming your way for October. There's an energy here of like you're gearing yourself up and you're like, you're hyping yourself up and you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm finally going to face my fears. I'm finally going to commit to something that you've kind of been iffy about. For some of you, most of you, this is going to have to do with your purpose in life, or you could say your career. For others of you, this is going to have to do with a person in love. This is going to have to do with a person in love that you've been questioning about whether can we work it out or not. For a lot of you, though, it has to do with your purpose in life or a new direction that can make you a little bit of money, but that also feels good. But because of that, it's like you're going to have to carve out your own path. And it's not going to be something where it's just easy peasy. It's like something where you need to do it yourself. This is what I'm getting so far, right? So just bear with me here and we'll get through this reading. So to start off, you have the Two of Swords here in your opportunity. Whatever you're fearing the most is the thing that you have to look at, Sagittarius. There's something you're trying to avoid, and a lot of you are trying to avoid it through a little bit of what do I want to say? What's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of immature activity here. Your challenge is the Three of Cups here. So I see a lot of you, there's a danger that you're going to be like, oh, it's Oktoberfest, and you're going to avoid you're going to avoid shifting onto a more responsible timeline and just kind of do things that are a little bit of like degenerate behavior. That's the word I was looking for, like degenerate. You don't want to be a degenerate. You got to grow up at some point, right, Sagittarius? Like, no more waking up and having a beer and a cigarette the first thing in the morning. Jesus, like, that's not, obviously, like, a lot of you are like, what the fuck, that's not me, but for some of you, it's you. And, yeah, I mean, so there's something that you don't want to look at, we're going to have to clarify it, but then you have the Three of Cups here in your challenge. So I'm just getting, like, it's they say partying is weakness for the soul. a lot of you Sagittarius people are going to be like, what are you talking about, bro? Partying is fuel for the soul. Of course it is, but when you're talking about making a sacrifice and you're gearing up for something, a life purpose, at a certain, listen, you have to, like, everything is relative. At a certain time, partying is great. At a certain time, it is weakness for the soul. And a lot of you have to realize partying is weakness for the soul. All right, whatever, you could be having a party with your own cat, right? And just like, so we're going to have to see what this is about. But, all right, let's go ahead and get into your overall general energy. Your overall general energy, Sagittarius, for October is the Eight of Pentacles, is the Four of Swords, and also the Page of Swords in your overall general energy, right? So this is you really questioning, am I going to commit to this new productive pathway in my reality? For a lot of you, it's going to be working on someone with you really care about this person. There's some sort of love person that you're dealing with, and you're like, yo, I'm really thinking about it. Am I going to put my energy into this person? For the vast majority of you, like I said, though, it's almost like you're gearing up for the journey of your life. The journey of your life in terms of like, this is what I'm going to commit to. Because here's the thing, Sagittarius, part of your life purpose is to move around as a little bit of a philosopher. So you're in alignment when you're getting a little taste of this, a little taste of that. But at a certain point, if you don't double down on something and you say, this is what I'm going to pursue, you miss out on a lot of benefits. You really do. I've found in my personal life is that you only get benefits when you really dig your heels into something, right? And so that's what the frequency is. And you're not rushing into this, by the way, in October. It's more like October. For a lot of you, you will be starting it because the Eight of Pentacles is here. But for a lot of you here, there's a gearing up. There's like, so I'm not saying don't party at all. I'm not saying like don't have this at all. But there's an energy here of like, yo, like we're getting ready like to change our life, right? So then, and what you don't see coming, Sagittarius, it's wounding about a very emotional, there's some sort of emotional decision you have to make about a long-term commitment. You have the Seven of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands, and you also have the Knight of Pentacles here, Sagittarius. So the only thing missing from this little spread is the mind, is the swords. But clearly here, there's a little bit of wounding when it comes to making a decision. A lot of you, I'm getting intuitively, you're not making a decision because you don't want to, it's like fear of failure. You don't want to look bad to other people, but people respect you not whether you win or lose. They respect you if you put your heart on the line. This is what changed my life forever, Sagittarius. People, like, at the end of the day, if someone's really in your soul tribe, if someone's really in your family or your close friend group, they're going to love you whether you win or not. They're going to love you whether you win or lose. What they respect you for, though, respect is like you put your heart on the line and you made the decision. You made the decision. You're available today. You're available to make the decision, right? And then you have the Knight of Pentacles here, which, once again, it's right below that Page of Swords. So you're in for the long haul. This is either with a person here that you're going to invest in, or this is, and you're going to invest in this person even though there's a little bit of degenerate behavior going on potentially on their behalf and also your behalf, mainly theirs for some of you dealing with the love situation. But like, I'm telling you, you're almost going to find your purpose mentally, emotionally in October. And it's like whether or not you have the courage to actually act on it, right? So I feel like this has been a theme for you a lot recently. Now, in the advice from your spirit guides page, Sagittarius, it's just get to freaking work here. You have the Fool and you have the Page of Pentacles, and you see how they're colliding here. So the Page of Pentacles in the advice is just get going on whatever it is that you're deciding to do, or really like meditate. Go out into nature and really meditate on what you're about to do here. Just get to work. There's something physical that you have to do. The Fool as well is that there's a risk involved here. I am getting that from spirit. Like, and if there wasn't a risk, there would be no reward either. So whatever it is, this journey that you're doing with your purpose or your work, even, you're doubling down on a person for some of you in love here. You need to make sure that you're passionate about this first and foremost. What I'm getting here, Sagittarius, is that whatever it is that you're moving towards, as long as you can find some sort of enjoyment in it, you'll be successful at it. That's what I'm getting. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. That's like the energy coming through here. Because if you love something, whether or not like it takes off, or whether or not it's just you're in the flow of life, you're in the present moment. There's creative energy imbued in it. There's present energy. There's life. Right? Instead of being in your head about something. You also have the Temperance card here, Sagittarius. And what I'm getting from that, the Temperance card has to do with abstaining, making a sacrifice, kind of purifying, and I'm getting if I'm being honest, some of you it has to do with this degenerate behavior. And I'm not calling you I'm just having fun with you, right? But like, you maybe need to put down the drink, or you need to put down the smokes or something here, Sagittarius, because the Temperance card is literally about sobriety. It's sober October for me. Is it for you? I don't know, right? And there's something here about abstaining, purity, purifying your mind as well. The whole universe rearranges itself for a stable mind. When you make a decision within your own free will, everything, you can move mountains with faith, right? Like, there's something here about, do you understand, like, do you understand that you have free will? That you can make a choice, and as long as you do not waver in that choice and you just do it, a path will be opened for you. There's a lot of energy here about like whether or not you can do something. The only thing that's going to stop you is not something outside of yourself, because there is no outside world. It's just reflections most of the time. It's just you, it's like self-doubt, right? So let me give you a little exercise, and then we'll get into the clarification. If you're someone who's like, I'm not confident, there's a paradox when it comes to self-doubt. I'm not confident. You're always confident in something. So even if you're saying, I'm not confident, you're confident in your lack of confidence. So you're always confident in something. It's just a matter of what you choose, right? So let's go ahead and clarify why that Two of Swords is here in your opportunity, Sagittarius. What is it here that you are... I'm not even going to say you're not looking at it. It's just more so like, man, like a fear of like it's all or nothing. Meanwhile, success is not like, people in our society, at least in my society in the United States, we're taught like failure is separate from success. Failure is part of success. And the problem here is you're not even getting like, do you know how many videos I made that were horrible for years before I started the Autistic Mystic, where no one was watching? Failure was part of my success. If I tried to start the Autistic Mystic Tarot and I didn't have years of video making that sucked, I wouldn't be here. I'm just flowing because I made a choice to. So like, I don't know. Let's see why the Two of Swords is here though for you. Two more. Why is the Two of Swords here in your opportunity? Yeah. Part of you just don't want to be told to grow up, because it's not like you don't have to grow up, but it's like, I don't know, there's a interesting energy here. Why is the Two of Swords here in your opportunity, Sagittarius, for October? The Two of Swords in your opportunity is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Sun, and also the Two of Cups here, Sagittarius. So a lot of you have to realize that your lack of initiative, your lack of persistence, or your lack of making a decision to go for this long haul thing is blocking love from coming into your life. Okay, it's blocking love. For a lot of you though, it has to do with a lover, but the main card standing out is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups has to do with sadness here. And you're not looking at maybe what is your deepest fear regarding this. What's helped me is just go to the deepest fear right off the bat so you can get it out of the way. Like, let's say that you start this project and it just doesn't work. Or you go for your purpose and it doesn't work. Well, guess what? Then it means it's not actually your purpose. It's just a stepping stone. Do you know that I thought that I found my purpose before I started doing a lot of what I'm doing now in my life? And I doubled down on it just to figure out that it wasn't my purpose. It brought up sadness, but then it brought what? The Sun, clarity as to what my purpose is. So in other words, if you just don't get the ball moving, there's so many like synchronicity, synchronistic experiences that as a Sagittarius you'll find so interesting that are just waiting on the other side of you facing your fear here. All right. Let's also clarify, what does this have to do with, right? Like, why is the Eight of Pentacles here for you in your, what are you working on here in October 2022, Sagittarius? Let's go ahead and see. One more. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? You know what I say with the Eight of Pentacles is that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, right? So it's just like getting it started and it compounds over time. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified with the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands, and also the King of Pentacles here. So yeah, you're changing your purpose. You're in what's going on here is you're moving towards some sort of like advancement in your purpose, and I feel like as long as you just commit, you're going to have a victory, and it's going to lead to a lot of abundance in the physical world. A lot of you, it's going to lead to higher quality partners as well. If you're looking for love, you find the one you love doing what you love, or you find the one you love when you're on your purpose, right? If you are living a life that is just degenerate, you're going to find a bunch of degenerates. I mean, it's like so it's like there's some other big, higher, noble lifeline filled with honor and valor and commitment and sacrifice, and that's what you really want. But it's just like taking a leap here, all right? And it's like I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of winners here. Like I don't think I'm talking to a bunch. The weird part of this reading is the people that I'm talking to, the energy that I'm connecting to, it's like you are someone who, when you put your mind to something, you will win at it. There's no doubt. You'll just do it. It's like there's not even a lot of blockages. I'm telling you, the mind is tricking you into thinking there's all these blockages on the road. It's like just right now, right? So it's hardest in the beginning, always. Let's clarify why this Three of Cups is here, Sagittarius, in your challenge, right? This also could just be people. If it's not your own like degenerate behavior, you could just be surrounded by a bunch of degenerates. I just like saying that word if you couldn't already tell. Degenerate. I am a degenerate. All right, let's see why the Three of Cups is here. All right, the Three of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Swords here. Yeah, there's just energy that it's breaking your heart. You know that it has to end here, the Ten of Swords. You know that you're deceiving yourself by engaging in some sort of instant gratification, pleasurable activity, and it's taking away from your stability. It's making you feel like, man, this is just not for me anymore. And at a certain point it was, but in October it starts to reveal that it's not. All right, let's also go ahead here and clarify, Sagittarius. Why is the Seven of Cups here? I do want to clarify this. Like, what is the emotional toll? You know, because the Seven of Cups, you could have something called the apathy of options, where if you have too many choices, it's like overstimulation. You'll just not choose anything. And so that's kind of what I feel. I feel like you know that you're a talented individual. You know that you have a high capacity to succeed, but because of that, you're like, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But at a certain point in life, it's beneficial for you to do that. All right, why is the Seven of Cups here? What is this emotional toll about this decision? Or what is the Seven of Cups doing here? Let's see. One more, Sagittarius. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Seven of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups. Yeah, part of you doesn't want to lose this lifestyle that you have now just for something that's like, you know, what if it doesn't work out and then I just waste my time? You also have the Five of Swords and you also have the Knight of Cups here. So, I don't know, I feel like a lot of you are jumping to the worst conclusion. The Five of Swords here is a destructive energy. A lot of you are not making the decision. It's like, I don't know, there could be other people around you that, like, you have to realize Actually, this is coming through very strong. The Five of Swords, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. A lot of you simply need to change your circle, Sagittarius, and because you're more of like a philosopher, archer, kind of like going around here and there, you're very interested in a lot of different people, but some people are just going to pull you down, and that's just the fact. Like, when you're trying to get your shit together, that's not the time to hang around with these people. And you also have the Knight of Cups here. So a lot of you are like, there's something to do with the sexual marketplace and love. Like, there's something to do with, like, you don't want to take a hit to your ego. So if you're just kind of a floater right now, or just doing what you're doing right now, it's like you can, like, just manifest love. But if you're, like, going on a quest and then you fail at that quest, a lot of you are like, oh, I'm a failure. It's like, no, you're not. Like I said before, people who are truly in your corner will love you for having a heart, for trying, not whether you win or lose. If you can get that into your head, Sagittarius, it's not whether you win or lose. It's a matter of, can you put your heart into something? That's what people respect. It's also what the universe respects. The microcosm is the macrocosm. So, listen, I feel like I said what I had to say in this reading. I hope that this provides you clarity and